Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is class 77 of the Nahwu lessons of the Madrasatul Mumtiaz Nahwu and Sarfu online class. And tonight's topic is النكرة والمعرفة. النكرة والمعرفة. Nakra, which means the indefinite noun, and al-ma'rifa, which means the definite noun. So that's the topic for tonight. And this topic, we've treated something similar in our lesson 1, which you can find in the link in the comments. So if you check the comments, you can go back and see the more detailed version of this lesson in lesson 1, where we talked about the ma'arif sabun, the different kind of words that we use that translate to al-ma'rifa. So um so inshallah, so today we are just talking about Nakra al Ma'rifa, and it's in the more summarized form in this lesson. So we are told in the Qaida there's an nakiratu ismun yadullu ala shay'in ghayri muayyan, that the nakra, the indefinite noun, is a noun that yadullu ala shay'in ghayri muayyan, that it shows us something that is not specified. It is related to something that is not specified. So for example, if I say waladun, that is nakro. Based on our previous explanation, we realized that waladun means what? A boy. It is any boy. It can be any boy. We have not specified the particular boy that we are talking about. And so if we look at our amthila, if we look at our examples, we say fidarji kitabun. On the stair or on the step, we have what? We have a book. So we've not told us the kind of book it is. It can be any type of book. It can be an Arabic book, it can be an English book, it can be an Italian book, it can be a physics textbook, it can be a notebook, it can textbook basically. It can be any type of kitab. So we are just told that if you check inside the library, you're going to find a book. So as far as we find a book there, then the message is passed. So we are not talking about something that is specified. Or sakoto manzilun fi shari'ina. Sakoto manzilun fi shari'ina. A house fell on our street. So a house collapsed on our street. So maybe there are 200 houses on our street. By me giving you this information, I have not specified the house that fell. It could be any of the houses. It could be the duplex on our street. It could be a bungalow. It could be the green house. It could be a blue house. It could be a red house. Whatever it is, as for, we're just talking about any house. That one house fell. So that is nakro. Sa'ala rajulun ain walidi. A man asked me for my parents. A man asked about my parents. So sa'ala rajulun. So that rajulun, if we look at it, it is nakiro. It is unspecified, indefinite. It can be any man. It can be a grown-up man. It can be a young man. It can be a dark man or a fair man. I have not specified the kind of man that the person is. So that is basically nakro. And we'll see that most of the time our nakro would usually have a term rubuto. So it usually have a tenwin, which shows indefinite. It is like the equivalent of a. So if I say kitabun, is equivalent of a book in English. So our second qaida is that what al-ma'rifatu ismun yadullun ala shay'in mu'ayyan. So what this tells us is that for the ma'rifa, however, it means something that is actually specified. So something that is specific. So we are no longer talking about just any book now. If I say al-kitab, it means the book. It means you listening to me, you already know the book I'm talking about. It's not just any book, it's a particular book, and you already know the book that I am talking about. So if you look at Rakiba Sadiqi Jawadan, Rakiba Sadiqi Jawadan, my friend rode a horse. So Sadiqi is an example of a ma'rifa. And why? Because this is a mudaf. So if we check our previous lesson, this is also explained in more detail. And we talked about what Sadiqi, it means my friend. So it's not just anybody's friend, it is actually my friend. So that is more specific. We know that the person we are talking about is somebody that is close to me, so we specified that. Or عاقب المدرس تلميذا. The teacher punished a student. So what we can see here is that what al-mudarrisu is what is ma'rifa. However, tilmidhan is nakro. So aqaba al-mudarrisu, we already know the mudarris we're talking about. We don't say the teacher. So you already know which teacher I'm talking about the moment I say the teacher. So that is why we know that that is ma'rifa, and the alif and lam is the sign of the ma'rifa there. However, tilmizan is what is nakro. Because why? Because it could be any student. This teacher beats a student. It could be any student. Students could be in his class. May not be a student of his class. Maybe a student of another school. It could be any student. So عاقب المدرس تلميذا. So mudarris is ma'rifa, but tilmizan is nakro. And finally we have مزق محمد ورقة. مزق محمد ورقة. Muhammad tore up a paper. So Muhammad is what is ma'rifa here, because Muhammad is specified. If I said mazzaq waladun, then it could be any boy, or mazzaq rajulun, it could be any man in this world. But I now said lazzaqa, but I now said Muhammad. So by using a name, a proper noun, alam, to address Muhammad, I have already made it specified. I already made the boy that we are talking about in this story. We already know who that boy is. So by mentioning his name, so we now know Mazako Muhammadun Warakotan. However, Warakotan is a paper. So a paper is, however, in this case, a paper is a nakro. So if we look at each of the examples, we see that we have a marifa and a nakro. For example, fi darji kitabun, we see a darji, it means the step. So we already know the step we're talking about, while kitabun is nakro. And then we have sakoto manzilun fi shari'ina. Manzilun is nakro, however shari'ina is marifa. Why? Because it is a mudaf. Or sala rajulun ain walidi. Rajulun is nakro, however walidi is marifa because it is a mudaf. So that's basically a nakro wal marifa. So you can also refer to our previous video where we talked about al-ma'arif sabun, to identify the 7 different words or different types of ism that are usually used to mean ma'arifa. So that brings us to the end of today's class. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.